President, Mayor, you ready? Welcome everyone to the Township Council meeting, Monday, December 21st, 2020. This meeting is now called to order. Mayor, please lead us in the salute to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mayor. Statement of public notice. Take notice that the adequate notice of this meeting has been provided in accordance with NJSA 10-8, 10-4-8 and NJSA 10-4-10 as follows. A notice of the meeting was prominently posted on the bulletin board at the municipal building located at 225 Main Street, Little Falls, New Jersey on January 9th, 2020. A copy of the notice was mailed to the North Jersey Herald News and the Record on the same date. Additionally, a copy of the notice was filed with the office of the Township Clerk on said date. This meeting is being conducted under the circumstances surrounding the COVID-19 health situation. No public will be allowed to attend the meeting in person. A YouTube link to view this meeting can be accessed on the Township website at www.lfnj.com. Electronic provisions have been established for the public to participate during the public comment portion of the meeting. Mr. Kusha, please call the roll.
Council members Hablitz,
Present.
Kawadi,
Present.
Sieber,
Present.
Vancheri.
President.
Council President Scoba,
Present.
you have a quorum.
Thank you. Does the council members have any questions or issues? We're going to take both minutes of the meetings of November 23rd and December 7th in one motion. Could I have a motion to approve the minutes of meeting of November 23rd and the minutes of meeting of December 7th?
So moved.
So moved by Councilmember Hablitz. Second?
Second.
Second by Councilmember Kawadi. This is a voice roll call. I'm sorry. Mr.
Yep.
Kusha, call the roll.
Council members Hablitz,
Yes.
Kawadi,
Yes.
Sieber,
Yes.
Vancheri,
Yes.
Council President Scoba.
Yes. So as we're about to approach the holiday season, I just want to wish the residents of Little Falls a very happy holiday season, a Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. And to be safe, if you, for any unknown reasons, have any accidents or any issues, please call the police. The emergency personnel will be on call. You know, they don't get a holiday. So in case there's an accident in your home, please call. Don't try to tend it to yourself. That's why we have a full-time EMT service. At this time, Councilman Kawadi.
Thank you, Council President. As this is the last meeting of the year, I just want to thank all the personnel who do so much for our township. The departments, the township employees, the DPW, the police, fire. It's been an incredible year, and they have stepped up to meet the challenges of the COVID situation remarkably well. And I want to express my appreciation for that and for all they do. We just had another snowstorm, and once again, the streets were clean before most people woke up, I imagine. It was great to see that. The recreation department has kept the events going that they always do, even though we did have our first menorah lighting sort of snowed out. But they've done a great job. The police kept us safe. Fire department, once again, besides putting out fires, had Santa Claus go around the town. I can't express my appreciation for them enough. And the people, everyone who works in the municipal buildings who, had to deal with doing their jobs without face-to-face with the public on a daily basis. I'm sure that challenge made it difficult, but we did it, we got through, and I just want to express my personal appreciation to all of them. And in addition to that, the Domestic Violence Prevention Committee sent out through the township a flyer on ways for people to prepare themselves if they feel like they're in a dangerous situation. So if you or someone you love is in a situation that you think may become volatile over the holidays, take a look at this. There's a lot of helpful steps in there to provide ways to protect yourself from a bad situation. That's all I have. And I also want to thank my fellow council members and the mayor for all that they've done this year. You know, it's not always easy, but it's always worth it. And that's it. Thank you.
Well said, Councilmember Quaddi. Councilmember Vanchery?
Thanks, Council President. I also echo Councilman Quaddi's sentiment. Just want to say, first and foremost, thank you to the Little Falls Police Department, the Fire Department, the DPW, the Rec Department, the team that works in Town Hall, everyone that is a part of everything we do in this town. Just grateful for all the work that's being done, and 2020 has not gone as everyone had thought it would, and just really appreciative of all the work that's being done. And then, you know, even last week with the snow, the DPW continue to amaze how quick they address the roads, and they look so great. And believe me, there's towns that don't do a great job like we do, and just to see that they are dedicated to making sure that people can get in and out of their houses. So just very appreciative of the work that's being done there. There's a couple things I just want to go through as I close out the year as well. You know, yesterday, a big thanks to the Little Falls Fire Department for the Santa drive-by. It was great to see the fire department out there saying hello to the residents and the smiles on the kids' faces as well as their parents, because, you know, again, 2020 has been nothing but a lot of, you know, craziness and frustrations, and to see the fire department taking the time out of their day and being away from their families to go around and put smiles on faces of members of our community goes a long way. So grateful for what the fire department did. I just also wanted to touch on a couple things for agenda items as we go into 2021. Last week, the chief and I sat down to discuss what I had mentioned previously, and we had tabled recently about some stop signs around town. And the chief and I agreed we're going to go through the list in January, and what we're looking to do is a phased approach where we'll put a communication out to residents letting them know that there's a possibility of us adding a stop sign on their street to get some feedback. You know, if we can meet social distance wise, or if it's through a virtual setting, we'll do that as well. But I do want to make sure, Council President, that for January, we move ahead with the two main stop sign additions that we've discussed with residents, and that's the Weaver and Van Pelt stop signs that we're adding, as well as the Jacobus and Morningside Circle intersection. I want to make sure those at least move forward based on our discussions with residents earlier in the year, so at least we can get those done while we work to look at the bigger picture with additional stop signs. It's just easier staging it rather than trying to do everything at once. And, you know, as we close out this year, I just want to say to everyone, you know, happy holidays, you know, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. You know, please continue to be safe as we finally end 2020, and let's all hope that we can just kind of look at that in our rearview mirror and focus on 21, which hopefully will bring bigger and better things. And to my colleagues, you know, and the mayor as well, and the members of the council, you know, hopefully next year too we'll be able to kind of be together again and have our meetings like we used to before COVID hit. So that's it for me. Thanks, Council President.
Yes, Councilmember Vanchery, the DPW does an excellent job along with our EMT and police force. It's always amazing to see how quickly the blacktop is shown after the snowstorm. And we'll definitely take a look at that and get that on the agenda with the stop signs in January. I think if...
yeah, and Council President,
yes.
And I was going to say one more thing, just because I want to make sure I didn't forget that, the CERT team as well, and all the great things that they did this year, helping for various events to make sure social distancing was kept, whether it was the farmers market to the concerts, just always being there. So that's another group I just want to make sure I said thanks to.
Well, thank you for noting that. The group, they definitely do a great job, and they're wonderful volunteers. I think no one knows our streets better than you, Councilman Cherry. I think you know every street that has a stop sign on it, so good report.
Yeah.
Councilmember Sieber,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
So yes, I want to just start off with, again, giving everybody well wishes for a happy and healthy holiday season and a great start for the new year. But actually, reflecting back, we have so much to be proud of that I don't want that to be kind of tied up in this whole 2020 feeling. We accomplished a farmer's market. We accomplished our first townwide garage sale. We installed a turf field at Suva. We installed pickleball courts. So we really have so much to be proud of, even though it was in 2020, but even in the fall, we had our first 5K. None of this would have been able to happen without the support of the fellow council members as well as the mayor. And then so many of our groups, our CERT team, DPW, our police departments, our fire department, many of which volunteer their time, and so that should not be not noted. So we want to make sure we actually bring to light, we really appreciate everybody's time, because with these events, there's a lot of time and planning that goes behind it. And then, of course, our library board, our municipal alliance, again, all volunteers. This is what's making our community better. So I really reflect and think that we have so much to be proud of in 2020, and I really, truly am excited to look forward to 2021. So thank you.
Thank you for noting those accomplishments. This does seem like, in a sense, they took a long time to do, but it seems like we're ready to take on more and ready to do more. But you are quite right. This mayor and this council have moved forward on quite a few projects along with the administration to accomplish those goals. And I do have to say, I'm always taken back when I see the pickleball court and people playing at 8:30 at night and it's freezing cold outside. So I think some of these items that we do are well welcome to the community, and I'm glad we were able to accomplish them, and looking forward to accomplishing more with the council and the mayor going forward. Councilmember Hadlitz.
Thank you, Council President. Yes, I'd like to share the sentiments of course, my colleagues for all of our town departments, everything they've done throughout the year, from the fire department, the police, the DPW, our volunteer CERT team, municipal alliance, the rec center, all, Mr. Pace and Tyler, all of the things that they have done over the year has not gone overlooked. Even though we've had a very tough year, there's still been things going on, great things, as Council Member Seaver said, that have come to this town that without the support of the mayor and everyone else on this council, may have not come to fruition. I do also want to remind everyone that there are still things going on that are, virtual, not the same as they were before, but new and added features that we've done for town. I want to remind everyone, or I should say I want to thank Tyler and the rec center for their standard mailbox this year. Letters to Santa, he had an overwhelming response, and that was great. Also, that there is a recreation scavenger hunt going on now for the children. I see Facebook pictures all the time of people participating in the scavenger hunt. So if you're not, I believe there is still time, and you can go to the rec center website and find out how to participate. And also the library, even though the library right now is closed to the public and doing curbside, there still is the curbside pickup. There still are virtual programs that they're having. And one of the latest ones that's coming up, they have the Passaic Valley Education Foundation, the Passaic Valley Teen Center, and our library offering a snowflake story time that'll go weekly from January 4th through February 12th. They have some different wintertime stories via Zoom for the pre-K through the second grade children, and each participant receives a weekly goodie bag. So there's always things going on, keeping the residents involved, even through these cold winter months that are going to be coming up. So I hope everyone, tries to take advantage of them, and just wishing everyone happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and hope that 2020 becomes a better year for all. Thank you.
Thank you for that thorough report. Yes, the Township of Little Falls does have a lot of activities going on, and we look forward to putting even more in place. I know at times the council, even myself, kind of, I don't want to say drive the mayor crazy, but definitely push them. There's talk, I know, of maybe of a portable ice skating ring or of an ice skating ring, and possibly going forward, maybe we could someday have first night in Little Falls where people could celebrate New Year's Eve, on Main Street and having our restaurants open. I know those are discussions that we had, and hopefully they'll come to be. So thank you. Mayor James Belford Damiano.
Thank you, Council President. I certainly won't take it away from you that the KU and the council members can sometimes drive me crazy. But that said, I do want to, and at the risk of sounding like a broken record here, I do need to mirror the sentiments of all of the council members here tonight for thanking all of our departments and all of our employees, because in this absolutely unusual year, they have overcome a lot of adversity, a lot of fears, a lot of potential risks to make sure that this town continued to run smoothly. And first, the fire department this past weekend, I need to thank them for the Santa run, and it's not only for the Santa run that I want to thank them for, it's for the over 500 fire calls that they responded to this year. It's for the over 1,600 EMT calls that they've, I think 1,600 EMT calls that they've responded to this year. The DPW for not only their snow removal this past week, which they did do an incredible job at, but for all of the cleanups, whether it be after a bigger storm, whether it be removing debris from brooks and creeks to make sure that they run clean in the future, to everything that they've done to get this town decorated for the holidays. They are working tirelessly every single day, and I want to thank them as well for everything that they do. Our recreation department for allowing sports to continue in a safe way this year, for overcoming many of the obstacles that many other towns faced. I know nobody likes being down at the recreation center, having to be the looker over of everyone, constantly reminding children to wear their masks, but it happened, it was accomplished, and it was done in a safe way this year. Our library, for all of the things that they've had to overcome, offering programs virtually, going to curbside pickups, they've done so much this year. Our police department, for making sure that we've remained safe this entire year, despite COVID spikes and major issues along those routes, and they have really continued to go above and beyond, responding to and making sure that the residents of Little Falls have remained safe. Our CERT team, for making sure that at all of our big events, they were there, they were able to help, they were able to keep everybody safe. They always showed up. And I want to thank our residents this year, all of the residents of Little Falls, who have overcome such adversity in this, again, unusual year. Frankly, it was a horrible year. A horrible year in the sense that so many of us lost people that we knew. A horrible year in the sense that so many of our friends and family members lost jobs. A horrible year in the sense that nothing was normal about it. But with this vaccine and the light at the end of the tunnel, I'm hopeful that we are now turning a corner here. And although it's not over yet, like I said, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. We all need to push through. We need to get through this dark tunnel and back into the light. And in an absolutely non-political statement and sentiment, I encourage everyone to get vaccinated when they can. I certainly will be first online when it's my turn and when I'm able to. That said, as I indicated, I know it's been a difficult year for so many residents here in town. And to that, I can promise you that myself and this council, although we have always been, will continue to remain especially vigilant and conscientious this year during the upcoming budget. We are $2 million short in revenues and taxes and monies that we would have normally anticipated collecting in 2020. That's a major shortfall. That's about 10% of our annual budget here in Little Falls. And we need to make those funds up within the next few years. And we will all try our best to ensure that your pockets are not adversely affected, just trying to keep our heads above water here. I want to thank the council for all of their tireless work. Every single one of them has spearheaded so many different projects here in town to make this town better. They really do work tirelessly. They are constantly, as council president indicated, bothering me about various things, but much to their credit, every bit of bothersome that they've caused me is certainly welcomed, and I really do enjoy being able to work with them to make things better here in Little Falls. I want to give a brief update just to indicate that next year, starting for our January 4th reorganization meeting, we are looking to move our meetings virtual. We are going to be holding them on WebEx or a similar platform. It seems WebEx will be the one that will host our meetings. So the meeting information will be posted and blasted prior to upcoming meetings, again, with the reorganization occurring on January 4th. So we encourage everybody to log in digitally, virtually, whatever you want to call it, on your computers, to watch our upcoming future meetings rather than just being able to stream on YouTube. It will allow some engagement in the meetings as well. If you have questions, we'll be able to answer them that way. With that said, I want to again thank all of the township employees for everything that they have done this year, everybody in this municipal building for continuing to operate. I especially want to thank our clerk, Cynthia Kraus, and our business administrator, Chuck Cuccia, for the tireless hours that they have put in, making sure that we were able to continue to operate all of our council meetings and move forward this year. Again, happy Hanukkah to anyone who celebrated Hanukkah last week. Merry Christmas to those celebrating this week. Happy Kwanzaa and happy holidays. No matter what you celebrate, please be safe, please stay vigilant, and I want to wish everyone a Happy New Year.
Thank you, Mayor. Public comment. Anyone wishing to address the Township Council may do so by sending an email to jdamiano@lfnj.com. That's jdamiano@lfnj.com. The email must provide your name and address for the record. At this time, there will be a 10-minute recess, which will allow the public to send comments and questions via email. At the end of the recess, the meeting will reconvene and all proper emails will be read into the record. The council president will determine if a response is needed, and if so, shall direct the said response. Once the process is complete, we will return to the regular order of business. But before we do that, Council Wenzel, do you have anything for this chamber?
Nothing, Council President, other than I didn't have an opportunity at the prior council meeting to express my condolences as well to the Lease family. I happen to have grown up in Clifton when Mr. Lease was the superintendent of schools, and remember him from those days, and also serving on the Clifton Board of Education with him. And as expressed by everyone earlier, he is, always will be in my mind, a consummate gentleman, a professional, and a huge loss, not only to Little Falls, but to the city of Clifton and to the education field. I only wish that there are educators out there who are half as dedicated as Bill Lease, and I think we would all be better people by following his example. So I just wanted to have that opportunity to express that, and to wish everyone there a happy holiday and happy New Year.
Thank you, Councilor Wenzel. What time do we have here? 7:24, I think it is. So 7:34, I gather, we'll reconvene, so we will now recess for 10 minutes. Thank you.
Wait. Okay, 1 second. Okay.
Thank you for those viewing us on YouTube for your patience. We are now back. Could I have a motion to open to public comment, please?
So moved.
Moved by Councilman Vanchery, The motion was seconded by Councilmember Kowadi. All those in favor of opening to the public, please signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed signify by saying nay. The motion carries. Mayor Damiano, have you received any emails or comments for tonight's meeting?
We did, Council President. We received one email from Luis Fernandez on Harrison Street. It reads, Mr. Mayor, any news regarding 75 Harrison Street? And to briefly respond to that, there is no new update at this point. The same update as the last meeting continues. The buyer is still looking to make good on his word and to redirect the truck traffic, but until he owns the building outright, he is unable to make applications to the planning board and things of that sort, so he's somewhat held up on that a little bit. But Council President, Mr. Fernandez's email, the subject line reads Resolution B. I'm not sure if there was a question regarding it, so if I may, I'm happy to address that just for...
Right, so you addressed Resolution B in case Mr. Fernandez had a question on Resolution B as well. And Mayor, can you just, for those who tuned in, just tell the residents what 75 Harrison Street is?
Yes, 75 Harrison Street is the industrial complex that right now is accessible only through Jackson, in the Jackson Park area down through the residential neighborhood in that area. So large 18-wheeler trucks need to make their way through the residential neighborhood to make their way to the industrial complex located at 75 Harrison. And we are working with the hopeful new buyer of that building to relocate and redirect the trucks a different route so that they're not going through the completely residential neighborhood to get to the industrial complex back there.
Thank you, Mayor. So the question, address Resolution B.
Sure. Resolution B is the resolution authorizing the execution of a shared service agreement with the Borough of Elmwood Park for emergency medical services. And as many may be very well aware, the Township of Little Falls has been providing a shared service to Elmwood Park, particularly the EMS program there. We staff and provide service to Elmwood Park, and in return, Elmwood Park pays us $7,500 a month for that service, as well as the Township of Little Falls gets to bill the Elmwood Park residents for whatever the collection is on their insurance for EMS services being provided to them. And if the individual being assisted is not from the Borough of Elmwood Park, we are able to bill them individually for the additional balance that may be sought. This program has been a win-win for both Little Falls as well as the Borough of Elmwood Park. Elmwood Park, for a period of time, was facing delayed response times with their volunteer service that they had, much like Little Falls was when we were a completely volunteer program, sometimes during the day waiting over 45 minutes for an ambulance to appear. We now have cut those times to under 4 to 5 minute response times because we are staffed there 24/7, 365, just as we are here in Little Falls. So this does not negatively impact Little Falls. It's a completely separate crew that is over there. In fact, part of this agreement allows us to now acquire the ambulances that Elmwood Park previously purchased for their volunteer program. So we will now also be using their vehicles to provide this service to them there in Elmwood Park. The benefit to Little Falls is it also makes us some income and some revenue from this program that we are having provided over there. Again, a complete win-win for both the Township of Little Falls and the Borough of Elmwood Park. So we are, and I am very excited to move forward with Resolution B. It's a 2-year contract extending what has now been, I guess, about a year now at this point of service that has been provided to the Borough of Elmwood Park.
Thank you, Mayor. Can I have a motion to approve the consent agenda? I'm sorry. Can I have a motion to close the public comment?
Favor.
So moved.
Moved by Councilmember Quaddy, second by Councilmember Hablitz. All those in favor of closing to the public signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed signify by saying nay. Thank you. Can I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Moved by Councilmember Vanchery, second.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Hablitz. Does the council have any questions, comments regarding the consent agenda? Anything on the reports, the applications, the correspondence with the resolutions? I gather this is a roll call.
Yes.
Mr. Cuscio, call the roll.
Council members Hablitz,
Yes.
Kawadi,
Yes.
Seaver,
Yes.
Vanchery.
Yes.
Council President Scoba.
Yes. So we'll move on to the public hearings of the ordinances. Can I have a motion for the public hearing, to open to the public for the hearing on ordinance 1395?
So moved.
It's moved by Councilmember Hablitz, second by Councilmember Kawadi. All those in favor of opening the public for hearing on ordinance 1395 signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed signify by saying nay. The motion carries. I know we go through this protocol even though public could comment, I guess, when they can, but have a motion to close to the public hearing on 1395?
So moved.
Moved by Councilmember Hablitz, second by Councilmember Kawadi. All those in favor of closing to the public on 1395 signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed signify by saying nay. Motion carries. Can I have a motion to adopt one?
President?
Yes. Did I do something wrong here?
I would just want to say for the record that no public comments were received with regard, in particular, to this ordinance or the next ordinance. If we could just add that to the record.
So Mayor, were there any emails coming into your email account on 1395 or 1396?
There were no other emails received other than the one read into the record earlier.
Okay, so let the record show that there were no comments or questions regarding 1395 or 1396. Can I have a motion to adopt 1395?
So moved.
Moved by Councilmember Vanchery, second.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Kawadi. Mr. Cuscio, call the roll on 1395.
Council members Hablitz,
Yes.
Kawadi,
Yes.
Seaver,
Yes.
Vanchery.
Yes.
Council President Scoba.
Yes. I guess we should actually read this, right? Can I have a motion to open to the public hearing on 1396? We should actually read this, right? Second reading of the public hearing
Yes.
of ordinance 1396, an ordinance entitled Ordinance of the Township Council of the Township of Little Falls in the County of Passaic, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 71, fees of the code in the Township of the Township of Little Falls.
Right.
Can I have a motion to open to the public hearing on 1396?
So moved.
So moved.
Moved by Councilmember Hablitz, second by Councilmember Kawadi. All those in favor of opening to the public on 1396 signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed signify by saying nay. Signify by saying nay. There's no one, so the motion carries. Motion to close to the public hearing on 1396, please.
So moved.
Moved by Councilmember Kawadi, second.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Vanchery. All those in favor to close the public hearing on 1396 signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed signify by saying nay. Can I have a motion to adopt 1396?
So moved.
Moved by Councilmember Vanchery, second.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Hablitz. Mr. Cuscio, please call the roll on 1396.
Council members Hablitz,
Yes.
Kawadi,
Yes.
Seaver,
Yes.
Vanchery.
Yes.
Council President Scoba.
Yes. Can I have a motion to adjourn this meeting?
So moved.
Moved by Councilmember Kawadi, second.
Second.
Second by Councilmember Seaver. All those in favor to close this meeting signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed signify by saying nay. Motion carries. This meeting is now closed. Thank you.